morning. None of us expected this in Turkey. None of us. If anyone who expected this in Turkey, please raise your hand. I'd like to get to know you better. But thank you, sir. Glad to know you. The situation in Turkey is very interesting because it's pretty clear that this was a rebellion against Erdoğan's push of the Turkish people towards Islam. And many of us here have been to Istanbul, Ankara, major cities. They're as cosmopolitan and non-sectarian as Washington, D.C. And so I think this was a rebellion against what Erdoğan was trying to push, a very modern nation, democracy in the direction which they didn't want to go. The restriction on alcohol, children in Islamic-oriented schools, many of the steps that he's taken. And by the way, I'm sure that many of you here know there's more journalists in jail in Turkey than any other country in the Middle East. There's no doubt he has intimidated both print media as well as other media by this business of suing them and then holding the judgment over their head. So I think it's not so much a reaction of the kind we saw in other places, but it is a reaction to where they think one individual is pushing them, who has made it clear that he wants to stay in power till, I believe he used the word 2023. And I hope he learns from it, and I hope he understands that some of the tactics used by the police are way over the top. And I believe that maybe whether the president should have said anything about it, I can't really say definitely. But I was glad that Secretary of State Kerry did speak up about this situation. Look, I love Turkey. I think when you look at the economy, when you look at the success of that country, it is magnificent. But I also think that Mr. Erdoğan was, in the view of many of the Turkish people, becoming more like a dictator than a prime minister or president.